Hey, this is Noelle here. I am so excited to be teaching this class. I am going to get right into it. Like I said, this is not usually a class that I can teach on social media, no YouTube, no TikTok. So we are going to get right into it. I'm going to be teaching you everything, and we are going to be like learning it all. This is so fun. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's see. All right. So in this class, we are talking about how to grow your wealth without using cash or credit. So this is a live class. I am so excited to be here teaching, and we are going to get right into it because there is so much that I have to go over with you and so much that you're going to learn. I know you're going to love this class. I know you are going to love this class. Seriously. So no phones, no talking, don't raise your hands. I know we have those buttons and things like that, but I want you to save your questions to the end because, again, I have so much information. It's really good. And when you put it all together, you're going to learn just so much. So before we even get into it, let's talk about, because I'm saying you want to grow your wealth, but you got to know why. Like, why real estate? Why would anyone invest in real estate? Why is real estate the thing that I'm always talking about? Why real estate? Well, obviously it is the number one way to wealth. It was so 100 years ago, and it still is. 89% of all millionaires have been created through real estate. Yes, like I said, that was true over 100 years ago. It is still true to this day. Another thing about real estate and why I absolutely love real estate and why I think real estate is for you is because I know that we are all at different places. Some of us have college degrees. Some of us don't. Some of us didn't finish high school. And here's the thing, that does not matter. It doesn't matter how much money you're making in your career. It doesn't matter if you're even unemployed. Like I said, I know some of you have money to invest. Others may have a 401k. Some of you have some savings. I've even had people come to me with an inheritance that they did not want to lose, or even a lawsuit or lottery winnings. And again, it really doesn't matter where you are. I can help you grow wherever you are on your path. And going from zero to millionaire in less than 2 years is how I discover everything that I'm going to teach you today. So like I said, I just want to make sure that you have it and you know this. But here's the important part for me. This is about your success, not my success. I'm already successful. I'm literally in my mansion right now, looking over down at the Tesla, the Range Rover, the Lamborghini. That is not about me. This is about your success, because as I teach people this, I have been able to do deals with you. You've been able to, we can partner, we can do joint ventures. There's so much when you actually learn this and when you're actually doing this, that is so beneficial for not just you, but for me as well. And so I'm just being transparent. My important part is your success, you doing something successful, you letting me spotlight you coming on my show, just all of it. There's so much opportunity for me when you are successful. So I want to make sure that you're successful. So I'm just going to go for it. Like I said, I want you to be like, this was the best class I've ever had. I spent the best. I've learned so much. This was the best free class ever. Okay. That is what I am going for, just so you know. So let's just go and get right into it. So this special power hour, we're going to be here for about an hour. I want you to, again, turn your phones off, turn your distraction, close out other browsers. This special power hour is for you if you are fed up with never having enough money in between paydays, basically not having enough money in the bank, being broke in between those paydays, like living direct deposit to direct deposit like Noelle used to. So if you are feeling uncertain about your financial picture, this is definitely for you. If you're like me, like I said, you could be a man, but if you're a successful but burnt out working woman that isn't afraid to try new things, that was me. Like I had some success, not a lot, but some before I lost everything, and just needed a plan, a reasonable plan that I could do, that I could follow, that didn't include a ton of money. It didn't include a lot of risk, so that I could be more comfortable and I could be secure in my personal finances. If this is definitely for you, if you're wanting that, basically, if you want to stop running on that corporate treadmill, trying to get that next promotion, trying to get that next raise, trying to switch companies to get a little bit more money. But if you really just want to have all the money that you need to live a stress-free life and enjoy life on your terms, like I do, this special power hour is for you. Okay. So people have known that why y'all love my social media, love my YouTube channel, because I tell it all, but this is not, I can literally go into some real details here. So I am going to be spilling all the tea, really going into some details. So make sure, again, phones off, browsers, you are here. Stay here with me. I am going to be teaching. I'm not going to overwhelm you, but you're going to be able to leave this class and actually do something. I know that is what I'm going to do. So here's what you're going to learn today, okay? You're going to get 5 easy things that you can do right now to start investing in real estate while working a full-time job, okay? So whether you're unemployed or if you're not employed, either way, 5 easy things. And we're going to talk about how you crack the code on going from a $0 to a $15,000 deal in less than 30 days, doing only about one thing for 1 hour per day. Okay. So super easy, nothing too difficult, no college degree required. Okay. And if you stay to the end, I have a huge surprise for you. Okay. So stay to the end because I have a huge surprise for you. Okay. But first, let's talk about this. So is the real estate market worth investing in? We really have to kind of talk about where we are right now for the year that we are in with the president that we have and what's going on. And I need you to understand just a few things that real estate, we have a very stable real estate market that is currently on the rise. In 2021, we had one of the best real estate markets in over 100 years. Okay. And that trend is still continuing after the pandemic. I know people thought everything was going to collapse, but house values are increasing at record numbers. And interest rates are at the lowest when adjusted for inflation, creating the ideal investor market. Okay. I need you guys to understand that we have an ideal market for investors, and new lending guidelines and regulations have helped real estate around the country. The new rules has restored confidence into the real estate market, and it's worked to prevent those future market crashes and bubbles that everybody was talking about. They did not happen. They are not happening. We have some opportunities, don't get me wrong, but those bubbles that we saw in 2007 and 2008, you can forget about those for now. Okay. So the real estate market is growing year over year. Real estate has increased and has not been able to keep up with population growth. Okay. I need you to understand that. Like, let me tell you guys, like, seriously, there is a demand for housing. New houses, especially new constructions, are going like crazy. And a lot of apartment buildings are just filling up. So the real estate market, though, is always good for the savvy. Okay. Always good, no matter what's going on. Because like I said, real estate investing is an economy-proof business if you know what you're doing. Okay. Technology is not going to replace the need for housing. Okay. We cannot live in phones. We cannot live in laptops. They're not going to make an app that people can live in. Okay. You need real estate. So there is no such thing as a bad economy, a so-called bad economy for a savvy investor. Savvy investors, we actually make more money in so-called bad economies. So this is whether the economy is doing good or whether the economy is doing bad. You can invest in real estate and you can make lots of money and create a stable and consistent income for yourself. Okay. It is always good for the savvy. So before we dive into the teaching, let me give you a quick minute just to tell you, who you're listening to and why I am qualified to teach you about real estate. Okay. So that is definitely me there. You see me doing some new construction. I talk about that. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, but hi friend, I'm Noelle. That's me. I have over 18 years of real estate and mortgage experience. I started my company, FDR Horizon Enterprises, in 2014. I've created numerous popular brands and done tons of investments, made over $3 million in less than 2 years. Okay. Had a portfolio of over 40 properties at one point. Again, now I have probably less, but valued at actually a higher number. Negotiated over 200 deals. Probably I should put 300 or 400 now with all of my students and how many deals I've helped them negotiate. I'm a proud mom of 5, really 7. Sometimes I'll say 7 because I do have 7 more my bonus kids, but 5 that actually came out of this body. So mom of 5, I'm super proud of that. And my mission, though, just so you know, is to create winners in real estate. Like I won in real estate. I am a winner in real estate, and I want to create other winners in real estate because I believe in teachers who walk their talk. Okay. I walk my walk. I don't just talk this. This is not just some radio or podcast or something like that, or I'm just on YouTube. I literally have real estate. I literally have commercial property. I really do this. I'm a licensed broker, all of it. I do this. Okay. And I know that you could be successful in it because I started from nothing. Okay. So here's my family, though, things that I'm not able to share on the social media. These are me and my kids. I actually feel like I have two sets of kids. So I want to kind of explain that. Like I got the three, these are my babies. Okay. That's when at Great Wolf Lodge, then that's us in a family reunion picture. You'll see like all of us were able to get together in Texas, and I was able to like buy all the food and pay for t-shirts and so much stuff. That picture right there at the bottom is me. And like I said, me and my older kids, I'm actually pregnant with the twins in that picture. That's why I'm a little glowy. I feel like I'm glowy in that picture, but that's me and the kids. Then that's me after I gave birth to the twins. I have no idea why I'm showing y'all that picture. I look awful in it, but just literally letting you know those two had just came out my body, and we were just so happy, like they're here. And then that's me hugging the two of them. I absolutely just love those little munchkins. They're actually just turned 6. And then, but those are me and my like 3 kids. Like it was like 3, and then the twins came and it was 5 now. So they were, I sometimes got just my favorite picture of them dressed up like minions, because they were like my little minions and just kind of falling in line and doing what mommy needed them to do. So, but I've also been, I'm very successful in my career. So I've been featured on Forbes and Entrepreneur Magazine and Success Magazine. I've done a radio tour with Sirius XM and iHeartRadio. Most recently, I'm a best-selling author 4 times over with my book, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets. Has sold hundreds of thousands of dollars with that book, 100,000 copies, sorry. That's me there getting my 𝗂𝐵 award. You actually see it behind me here in my office. You see it back there. That was when I first got it, for making over $1 million on that with that software. That's me getting my play button on YouTube, over 100,000 subscribers. Did that pretty quickly. I actually have over 600,000 subscribers now, closely getting to 700,000. That's me and Kevin Harrington in that picture. He was promoting me and my book and my investment. You see that building right there. That was the grand reopening. We bought a real estate company, NewRez did, and now we do short-term rentals and property management here in Orlando, Florida. And then I started matching the short-term rentals with cars and have a car rental business, and wrote the book Toro Millionaire Secrets, and help people, get cars and make lots of money with cars and get real estate. So just so many things that you can do to be wealthy. But again, it is not just about what I've done. I actually am formally educated as well. I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut. I have my master's degree from Penn State in economic development. And most recently, I have my MBA from Baylor University, and I graduated in the top 10%. So I am formally educated, and I also have lots of experience. But let me be honest, like how I made my money, my real money, was real estate investing. It is real estate investing that transformed me, into barely making it each month mom, working mom, to this carefree millionaire, owns my time, has a freedom-filled life, does what she wants, able to give back to my community in unbelievable ways. That has been attributed to real estate investing. But again, not just teaching real estate investing, but meeting people who become my students, and we have, breakthrough things and ventures and partnerships and things like that. So here are my real estate investing street creds, okay? Because I need you to understand, I have some REI creds that I started with no money and bad credit. That is the important part that you need to understand. I did not start from a millionaire with degrees and money and all this other stuff. I literally started in my parents' basement when I was broke, bankrupt, with bad credit, no money, no job, pregnant with 3rd kid. Okay. First month that I did real estate investing full time, I made over $40,000 that first month. And I discovered how to flip houses in other states without ever leaving my house, only spending about 2 hours a day doing. That's why I said you only have to spend an hour. There's some technology now that we can use. While not even knowing all of what I can teach you today. And then the first year that I did this full-time real estate investing, I made over $400,000. And then now consistently well over $6 million per year, every single year. So I'm very blessed, but it is all due to me having this core real estate and this real estate knowledge and the ability to have rental properties, flip houses, wholesaling, all of it that I'm going to get into today. And now even coupling that with business credit so that you don't have to use any of your own money or your credit to do so. And that is how I'm able to teach you how to do this. So I need you to know, though, that real estate is just smart. Okay. If you don't know that now, I need you to know and understand that real estate is just smart. And how I realized this, my dad is an engineer. And when he started thinking about retirement, my engineer, my chemist engineer dad, he realized that his retirement accounts were not as stable or as easily liquidated as my properties, and how the value of my properties were going up. And I was able to just keep them 2-3 years and make all of this money. He realized what I realized, that real estate creates millionaires. not the other way around. Okay. So many people think that you have to be a millionaire before you start investing in real estate. And that is simply not true. Okay. It is real estate that creates millionaires. Okay. Not the other way around. That is Noelle telling you the truth, because I started from nothing. So let me tell you why real estate is the clear winner. I really need you to understand that it's faster than 401ks, the stock market, mutual funds, budgeting, or even business startups. Okay. There's less capital required to invest in real estate. So many people think that you need a lot of money, but to buy a stock or a bond and things like that, you actually need to have the money. People are not lending as easily on those type of things as real estate. You can really leverage it, and it's easier to grow your personal net worth and your income using real estate. That is how I became a millionaire. Even before I had $1 million cash, I had $1 million in equity. I had $1 million on paper. I was a millionaire. I could leverage a lot of that equity in those assets. So according to studies, nearly 92% of all working adults do not have enough money saved for retirement and would be unable to save enough based on their current income and liability situation to ever retire or to ever have the life that they desire. So you have to know that real estate is the number one winner. And this is not just my opinion. The numbers, just like these hips and all these kids that have came out, does not lie. Okay. The numbers don't lie. All right. Just like them hips of mine. So anyway, real estate is real estate over retirement accounts. Okay. We know that you can grow your wealth faster with real estate faster than you can putting in a retirement account. We know that it's real estate over the stock market. When you look at the actual numbers and the growth of real estate and appreciation, especially in the areas in the markets that I'm going to talk to you about, it beats the stock market. And it's definitely real estate over savings account. I know so many people tell, oh, I want to save, but actually investing in real estate and having your money tied into real estate and different real estate portfolios actually is a lot better, and it is better than savings and will yield you way more money. So here are the cold, hard facts. It is simply real estate over everything. Okay. But let me bust some myths right now, because so many people have all of these crazy myths about real estate, and I need you to know. So low risk strategies do work. Okay. I started from nothing, so I did not take a lot of risk and I made money. So myth number one, you have to risk a lot to make a lot. Like I said, I started off as a working mom, like full-time working a job, and I could not afford to lose. Okay. That is not true. Myth number two, you have to have money to make money. Okay. Nobody said it had to be your money, but first of all, I was a few months out of foreclosure when I started doing this. Okay. I did not have ish. All right. I did not. So you do not need a ton of money or to have money to make money. Okay. And then myth number three, trying to learn real estate investing is complicated and you have to be really smart. Okay. I'm not saying I'm a complete dummy or I'm low IQ, but I was dumb when it came to personal finance. Obviously, I was in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit. I was the worst. So my coach taught me everything. All right. And I was able to just learn it and then do it and make money. So low risk strategy work. Plus, I need you to understand today you have even more opportunity than ever before to succeed in real estate. Okay. Thanks to Donald Trump. Okay. All right. I'm just kidding. No. Okay. I was making sure you're listening. Do not shoot me. Obviously, politics has nothing to do with this. This has nothing to do. I was just making sure y'all was listening. I'm not just not politics, and it's surely not Donald Trump. So I am talking about, though, the art of the deal. Okay. I know some of y'all guys, it's funny you're in the chat saying that. Yeah. So it's about the art of the deal, which of course is a very popular title, but it's a very true concept. Okay. So Donald Trump obviously has a book called The Art of the Deal, but I'm not talking about the way he's talking about it. I'm not talking about it in the traditional way. I am talking about not deals as negotiations and I made a deal and I negotiated with you. No, think of the deal. Okay. And when it comes to real estate, the deal is the numbers. All right. So it's how much profit, like, okay, I can get it for this amount. I put this into it and I can make this amount. It's all about the numbers. Everything in investing is about the numbers. This is not about, dealing and dealing. All right. So this is so important because once you learn how to win the deal and you get this, you can win and you can do it again and you can do it again and you can do it again. And it's really easy because the numbers don't lie. And this is all about the numbers. This is not about picket fences or stainless steel appliances. In almost every situation, you want to buy low and sell high. And buying at the lowest price means you have the biggest opportunity to make the most money. So do not forget about the repair costs. Okay. Another thing that I need you to understand is that 90% of all millionaires became so through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than in all other industrial investments combined. The wise young man or wage earner of today invests his money in real estate. Okay, this was Andrew Carnegie. He said this over 100 years ago. And why I put this in here, and I want to take a moment to just stop and say, listen, do you notice right there? He says the wise young man. He literally, because this was said over 100 years ago. This man has been dead and gone. He would be a multi-billionaire today. He would be one of the richest people if he was still alive, but he was a billionaire then. And he was only talking to certain men. He wasn't even talking to all men. You guys know what I mean. He definitely was not talking to this woman of color. Okay. But why I put this in here is because this statement is still true. And at the same time, now the barriers that stopped us from being able to invest are gone. So you cannot say that it's because you're a woman or it's because of your sexuality, because of your race, because all of those barriers are gone. Look at me. Seriously, look at me. I come from an immigrant family, and I was able to amass all of this wealth through real estate and listening to what some old white man who's dead and gone, this billionaire, said hundreds of years ago about becoming a millionaire. And now today I have that same opportunity, and you do too. So it's time for us to take advantage of it and stop making excuses and know that this was true 100 years ago for us to build wealth. It is true for us today. And now we can. No one is stopping us. There are not laws and different regulations trying to keep us out. We can get in. All right. So you got to know, though, it won't cut it. All right. Retirement accounts are not enough. You can't save your way to rich. All other investment strategies are inferior. We've gone through them, and real estate has the easiest and fastest returns. OK, you have to know this. So you got to just become royalty. All right. Like literally become royalty. And I love this picture. This is a picture of Nicki Minaj, but I'm just going to quickly tell you that it's not about that. Like, I just love this because she sat on that throne and she crowned herself. And when it comes to real estate, you have to understand that the reason why there was royalty is because they were the landowners. Think about that for a second. So if you want to become royalty, you want to become wealthy, you want to become someone of stature with power in your country, in America, for example, you need to become a landowner. You need to own real estate. And that is how you become royalty. So you have to start crowning yourself and amassing assets so that you can become royalty, so that you can have power. All right. And so that you can do something, you can change your family's generational path. You can change your wealth. You can turn the whole trajectory of what you are doing by becoming royalty and starting to own land-owned real estate. Okay. Own it. All right. It's time. But I get why some of us haven't. Obviously, real estate for me, I know this was a very secret society. It was almost like we weren't invited to the party, but that does not mean we can't come. So real estate values have been increasing nationally at a rate of about 4 to 5% over, nationally. But in the state that I live in Florida, homes have been appreciating more rapidly. And that's actually why I started investing in Florida before I actually even moved to Florida. Okay. And why you don't have to live in Florida to invest in Florida. And again, that's just one of the states. But in the Disney area, values have increased by more than 10% year over year. So literally, we have some areas that have increased 10, 15, 20%. So you can have a property, just 1 or 2 years and make $100,000. Okay. But the most popular real estate investor association in this whole area had less than 1% of the people that look like me. So in other words, if you do this, you are less than 1% of the 1%. Okay. Just think about this. It is still very heavily dominated by, Caucasian males. And that's okay. That's not that they've done anything to other minorities or to women or to other genders or to immigrants or anything like that. It's just, we have not shown up, and they are very inviting. And I've learned a lot of things from some great white men. And I love that I can invest in real estate, and 100, 200 years ago, I couldn't. So think about that. Okay. But it is not the same secret society that it used to be. You can invest in real estate and you can do these things. And there are so many opportunities. So let's talk about that. Okay. Real estate investing has so many no-cost ways to start. Okay. Therefore, getting into the business is pretty simple. Techniques can be implemented immediately. This is not something that you have to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years to do. You actually can do these things now. Okay. You don't have to wait. New investors have the same opportunity to get a deal just as much as a seasoned investor. I know some people don't know that, but it is true. It's because real estate investors, we are big problem solvers. So if someone is in foreclosure or someone died, probate, the house burned down, those are big problems. They're not calling the last person that they called when their house burned down. You get what I'm saying? So there's some amazing opportunities, and you have the same opportunity as soon as you start. Real estate investors were basically on a level playing field because it's not like a repeat business. You don't call the last person when you were in divorce. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. So if you really want to get into this business and you desire a lifestyle like mine in terms of profits, you not necessarily want the 5 kids, but you want a lifestyle like mine, with my love of freedom and my strong sense of calm, where I'm not stressed out about deals and having to do every single deal that comes across my desk. I'm able to cherry pick and do the deals that work for me. If you want a portfolio of real estate investments that are diverse, stable, and consistently profitable, that allows you to work as little or as much as you'd like, basically the ability to cherry pick which deals you want and which deals you don't want. I can teach you how to do these and follow in my footstep with a lot of wins like this. So in case you were thinking, oh, this sounds so easy for you, but I'm shy, I don't have any college degrees, I want to introduce you to a few of my students. Okay. So these are real things that they have said to me. These are real people. So this is Tanya's story. She said, I never imagined I could do it, especially at my age. It just wasn't very hard. And Noelle makes it simple. I just follow the plan. Okay. You have a business plan, you will follow it. And I quickly got my first property and then the next one, and I haven't looked back. I make money each month with my real estate and I don't feel so stressed. I have Noelle to thank. So that is that's Tanya. Okay. And she was older and thought like maybe she couldn't do it. And she had tried other things, but then here's Shane. Okay. Much younger. He lives in a different state. Great attitude, but much different personality. And he said, I just started doing the things that Noelle told me to do. And within a few weeks, I had a deal. So thankful for this program. I've seen real results and I'm so excited for what's in store for my future. Okay. And then here's Trina. She said, I went from working to wealthy. I am a strong woman of faith and I do what I am called to do. Becoming a real estate investor was the best decision that I ever made. I only work about 2 hours per day and I'm able to close deals each month. The marketing strategies you outlined were cheap and easy to follow. I make a few phone calls and spend the rest of the day doing me. That's Trina. Absolutely love that. And again, different people, different places in their life able to do. So here's what's possible though, because that's what's important. Here is what's possible. I have some students that come to me with $10,000 or $50,000 to invest in real estate. Those ones that I just showed you all started with $1,000, $500, and $200 respectively. Okay. So it's not, it doesn't matter whether you're a working professional and whether you're working class or even if you're unemployed. Okay. The most important thing is not your current financial situation, but it's the ability to make big profits no matter where you are, no matter where you start, no matter what you're doing. Okay. That is what I care about. Okay. So we're going to start today with a 5-star primer to kick off your up leveling. Okay. Literally. And I have a blueprint. So you can own, I need you to understand though, this is so important. You can own lots of investment properties and be broke. Okay. Quantity does not equal profits. Quantity alone is like chrome wheels. They look all shiny, but that does not make them valuable. Okay. You want more profits, not more properties. Okay. So the thing that I need you to understand is I care about you making smart deals that are profitable and do not require a lot of your time so that you can carve out a life of leisure that you desire. This is not about working all the time. You want to have time freedom. You want to own your time and have income that is coming in. So if this sounds like you, here is a visual of my whole real estate investing blueprint, okay? And you can go to noellsfreegift.com and you can download this, okay? Noelle, Noelle with an S, free, Free, gift, Fgift, noellsfreegift.com, okay? Noelle has an S, noellsfreegift.com. Okay. You can download this blueprint, but I'm going to go over this really quickly with you so you guys can see the whole visual. This is it here. It's 3 simple steps. This is not something that is difficult. This is not something that takes a long time. This is 3 simple steps to investing in real estate. And so it's simply market. You see right in the middle there, it says market, convert, solve. So you're going to market, you're going to find people in your niche. This is super easy. There's online things you can do. There's offline things. Online things is like right from your computer, right from your phone, SEO, bringing traffic to your website, doing social media, doing affiliates, having a website, Craigslist, all different things that you can do right from your laptop or right from your phone. That's online. You can have leads coming right to you. Okay. Then there's offline things. You can put out bandit signs. You can do direct mailers. You can do door hangers. I'll get into some of these things, but it's offline things where you're literally out in the world doing these things. And this is simply what I did to make millions, seriously. Then convert. That's step 2. Once you have those leads coming in, you will convert them. You will talk to people. You will have them sign a contract. You're going to negotiate. And then last but not least, you are going to solve. Okay. That is where the solutions, either you're going to fix and flip it. You're going to do a rehab. You're going to do equity partnering. You're going to do subject to assignment. There are so many things. And actually, I have even a more exhaustive list of solutions, ways that you can solve their problem and make money. Okay. So there is a right way to do this. Okay. You got to know though, you got to do this right. This is not about doing the wrong things. There's so many people that'll teach you how to do it the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. That's how I ended up in my parents' basement. But from my parents' basement, I was able to do this the right way without spending a lot of money, without using any of my credit, and make money. All right. So let me tell you that. So here's pro secret number 1 that you need to know. You must buy homes for wholesale prices. Okay. That is plain and simple. You must buy homes at wholesale prices. So when it comes to flipping and making money with real estate, the simplest thing that we all know is that you are going to buy low, you are going to create value. That's where the renovation, that's where the rehab comes in, and then you sell the property high. But you don't have to necessarily renovate the whole house. Sometimes we've just done paint. Sometimes we've just done flooring or new carpeting. There are some simple, inexpensive things that we have been able to do to create value with real estate and sell it at a high price. So let me keep telling you though, you have to understand wholesale versus retail. All right. This is so important. So let's talk about this. So many of you guys already know about MLS, the multiple listing service. All right. Where if you go to realtor.com or Zillow.com, it's pulling from the MLS. But when I was in my parents' basement, I started getting around some real estate investors, some millionaires that taught me what to do. Things that I'm about to teach you right now. They told me MLS was where dummies go to bid on who will pay the highest amount for a house. Okay. And I say this with all respect because I am a licensed realtor, broker in the state of Florida. I was licensed in Texas. I was licensed in Georgia. So I did not know this. Okay. But now I know this now, even as a licensed broker. I'm telling you, obviously, when in the retail market, you are trying to get the most money. Okay. But as a real estate investor, you're trying to pay the least amount. So you often will see this, especially after the pandemic. People were outbidding each other, and you pay 100, I'll pay 110, I'll pay 120, I'll pay 50, 180, 190. And so they're like auctioning and bidding on who's going to pay the most for a house. And that's basically what MLS is. It is to see how I can get the most amount for a house. That is the retail market. Well, real estate investors, we are not retail buyers. Okay. Real estate investors, we are not real estate agents. Okay. That is a completely different education. Like I said, I'm saying this as a licensed broker, but I'm not talking to you from that standpoint. I'm talking to you as an investor that makes millions of dollars. And I did not do it earning commissions. Okay. I'm going to tell you the hands to the God truth. I will do a couple of real estate deals, even my real estate agents, but I tell you to be an investor, own real estate, own land, have that power, have that money. Okay. We buy wholesale and we sell retail. That's what we do. Okay. So we use real estate agents to sell our houses, to sell our flips, not to buy them. That's how I ended up in my parents' basement, going to a real estate agent and them letting me buy houses out of the MLS that I did repairs to. And so I didn't make that much money. And when the market tanked, I ended up in my parents' basement. Okay. So it's a completely different education. You have to understand the difference between wholesale and retail, and you want to buy private properties at a wholesale price. That's how you're going to make a lot of money. So let's talk about how you find these wholesale deals. Okay. Like I said, I told you, I was just going to give it to you. All right. So you're going to market to people with property problems. It's truly just that simple. Let me move where this camera is so that you guys can see. Okay. I want you to see this whole list. All right. Take a picture of it. Write it down. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go through this, and I've actually put this list kind of from best to worst for the market that we're in right now. So right now we have pre-foreclosures. And I actually should have put this as two separate things, because pre-foreclosure and foreclosure are two separate things. Pre-foreclosure are people that have received a notice of default. They are behind on their mortgage payment, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but the bank has not taken the property back. That is foreclosure. When you go to actual banks and lenders and get their REO, their real estate owned, and both of those those are amazing niches, and you can get properties for pennies on the dollars doing this. But pre-foreclosures, I absolutely love. And that's number one, because that's when you're talking directly to a person that's behind on their mortgage payment, and you have the most leverage. There's so many things you could do. You don't even necessarily have to buy that house in order to own that house. Okay. Like you can just pay them what's past due on the mortgage and things like that. So pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, bankruptcy. I absolutely love bankruptcy. Obviously, I filed for bankruptcy in 2008. So I know you most a lot of times cannot keep your house, especially some nice houses I've gotten out of bankruptcy, because the trustee does not let them keep the house. Okay. They have to sell it. In many cases, they have to sell it for whatever they can. They have to sell it quickly. So bankruptcy is an amazing niche to get properties for pennies on the dollars. Okay. Divorce is another niche that I absolutely love. Obviously, I'm not saying divorce is amazing, but obviously there were two people paying that mortgage, and we know it's going to be one, because that's what divorce means. They are splitting up. And I'm going to give you a big secret. I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but I'm going to go ahead and just share it, because so many times the woman wins the house and she cannot afford the house. Okay. A lot of times the house is in the man's name and she wins the house in the divorce. And she just wants to win that house because she doesn't want her kids to have to switch school and little things like that. And again, this is just my opinion. And I've just seen this over and over again. And in many cases, I get those houses as soon as divorce is finalized. And again, for pennies on the dollars, or I'm able to take over the mortgage payments, do subject to, do lease options, all of the different things I'll teach you about. Okay. So property code violations, obviously you can go right to the county and get property code violations. Obviously, if people have cars and dilapidated roofs and all of these different things going on, and the property is fining them and sending them code violations, they are in financial distress. Okay. So that is an amazing niche to go after. Landlords, absolutely love landlord lists. You can buy a landlord's list. You can search these out absolutely free. And landlords obviously already have raised their hand and said they will rent their property to someone. So in many cases, it could be you. They'll let you put their houses on Airbnb, vacation rental by owner. You can do so much with landlords because, again, they're investors. They usually have a good mindset. And in many cases, a lot of them are older and want to just cash out. Okay. So I've gotten landlord lists and gotten 4 and 5 properties, bulk deals, basically in one deal where they're like getting rid of their whole portfolio of 3, 5, 7 properties. And I'm able to just do one deal and get 7 properties that I'm cash flowing immediately. Okay. Me and my students do this all the time. Okay. Expired listings. Obviously, that's someone that has raised their hand, said they wanted to sell their home and could not sell it. Okay. So they listed it with a real estate agent. That's what an expired listing is. They listed it with a real estate agent and the listing expired without it selling. So they raised their hand and said they didn't want the house anymore. They wanted to sell it and it didn't sell. So guess what? That is a great opportunity for you as a real estate investor. I've made tons of money with expired listings. And again, absolutely free to find these people. And again, they've already raised their hand and said they want to sell the property. So why not sell it to an investor or rent it to an investor so you can start making money because you can help them. Okay. Craigslist. Absolutely love Craigslist. I've been using Craigslist for over 10 years. I'm able to put ads out there. I'm able to call people on their ads. I'm able to talk directly to for sale by owners, for rent by owners. And then I'm talking directly to the owner. I can easily, filter out the brokers and the agents, and I can talk directly to the owners of the property and negotiate with them, do subject to, do lease options, get the property, start making money with them. So easy. Okay. For sale by owners. Obviously, tons of different websites. We call them FSBOs, for sale by owner, FSBO. Again, that means they didn't want to use a real estate agent. Obviously, there's some reason why they don't. Many cases, they don't have a lot of equity or they don't want to spend money with a real estate agent and pay commissions. So again, a great opportunity because you create a business and you do not have to pay any agents any commissions. Okay. And you save them money. They love it. Tax lates. Obviously, this is, again, county records. Pretty much everything on this list is county records. And you can get all of these things for free. That's why I'm giving you this list. This is all public record. All of these things that I am naming to you, this is all free. You don't have to pay for any of these. Okay. Tax lates, obviously, if they're behind on their property taxes, that's an amazing opportunity for you because they can't pay their taxes. They're in financial distress. You can get those properties. And in many cases, you can even do tax lien investing where you buy certificates, make 18, 25%. That's a whole nother class. I can teach you on how to make money with tax lates, but that is an amazing niche. I actually teach a whole class on just that because you can make a lot of money and get properties for pennies on the dollar too. Probate with a guaranteed interest rate. In many cases, if they're able to redeem the property, then you still made 30%, 18% interest. Okay. Probate, Probate, obviously, this is when someone has died. You can obviously find this through county records and shift through the people that have properties and just mail them a letter. And in many cases, the person that died is a lot older. So we have gotten some great properties in some great neighborhoods. Okay. Probate is an amazing niche to get really nice properties. A lot of older people, they don't update their house with the latest granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, but they have what we call good bones. Okay, so amazing opportunity to invest in real estate, searching out probate. All right, then we have door knocking, Section 8. Of course, Section 8, so many people just get into Section 8 and they're in and out of it. Door knocking is just putting your cards on people's doors. I've done that in just entire neighborhoods, saying I'm offering cash offers on hot properties and getting people to call and see who's interested. Same thing like driving for dollars. You can put door hangers on the door. You can put your business card and just say you're offering cash offers. You're buying houses in the neighborhood. And again, super free, super inexpensive. It's either free or inexpensive. Like I said, business cards, you can get 500 business cards for $20. Okay. And then just put them in the door of the neighborhoods or even pay some kids to do it. I have teenage kids. I pay them to do it, make lots of money doing that. But a pro secret is you can just buy a list of any of these things. You literally can buy a list. You can buy a list of pre-foreclosures in a certain zip code, in a certain city. Like you pick the city, the state, the zip code, and buy a list. All right. So super. And if you don't want to search it out on county records yourself, but it's again, super easy to do. All right. So that is the next thing. So let me go back. So write down a few ideas that fit you. I gave you so many different ideas. I want you to just stop for a second and just write down 2 or 3 ideas that fit you, or maybe you already did, but I want you to actually do them. You cannot do everything on that list. I know you were like, oh my God, probate. Oh my God, pre-foreclosure. Oh my God, I'm going to just drive. I'm going to do door hangers. Well, write down 3 ideas that fit you and your personality. Okay. All right. So let me tell you about a typical landlord, because why I actually think landlord is a great opportunity right now is because most landlords do not go into it and get the right education. Most of them never has sat through a class like you're sitting through right now, obviously this live class, and they don't know. So, this is how I've picked up 6 and 7 rental properties of someone right in one spot, because he wants to get into real estate. He decides to buy 6 rental property. He talks to some real estate agent that tells him about a suburb that he should be getting rental properties in, because there's lots of rentals there. Again, not sure why the real estate agents think that, because there's a lot of rental properties in an area that's the great area to have rental properties in, but whatever. So when he's getting phone calls during the night about broken pipes or new paint for every tenant, then the HVAC goes on 2 of the properties. He has a big repair, and he has not realized that all of his profits were lost with just one repair. He never built his business credit. He never made a business out of it. So if his tenants are behind, he's ready to get rid of all of those properties, because there is a cash flow myth. Most landlords think that, okay, if my mortgage payment is $1,000 and my tenant is paying me $1,200, I am making what? What do they think? They think they're making $200 per month, but that is just simply not true. So in these situations, I'm able to usually to get all 6 of the houses, because when he realizes that to sell the houses with the real estate agent's commission and doing the different repairs, he's not able to do it. So I'm able to get them at a wholesale price. Either I'm able to get them with subject to, I'm able to do lease purchase options, or I can just buy them for what he owes on them, or he'll rent them to me. Like I said, in real estate investors, we are dream tenants. We have a business. We put I'm making sure you'll set up your business properly. You'll have your EIN, your website. So you are a dream tenant to people. Okay. Especially renting to a business instead of renting to a person. Landlords love this. Okay. So your number one win, though, I know I said a lot. You have to know that a successful flip starts with buying the house at a wholesale price. Okay. You have to get houses at wholesale prices. Okay. So pro secret number 2, let's get to it. Pro secret number 2 is that you have to know the formula. Okay. You have to know that there is a formula to this. I told you the numbers are all that matters. So this is what it is about. Okay. So many people ask me, Noelle, how much should I pay? How much should I be paying? So let's talk about that. There is a maximum cash offer. Okay. So I'm going to tell it to you right here. Like I said, this is a full class. I am going there. All right. So you have a max cash offer, obviously 70% of ARV minus repair. So if you're doing wholesaling, you're doing fixing and flipping, this is the formula. Okay. This is the formula. ARV stands for after repair value. So it's 70% of the after repair value minus your repairs. This is what you need to know if you are doing wholesaling or if you're doing fixing and flips. Okay. Not for all of the other things. That's why we said we can do with if there's no equity. But let me tell you let me give you an example. So say your seller calls to sell his house. They have a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. You do a comparable market analysis. We call it a CMA, where you just look in the neighborhood and see what other houses are, similar houses are selling for within the past year. You find out, okay, the houses on that street are selling for $100,000. The seller tells you that, he has about, he needs a new roof and he needs this, and he tells you all these things, and you have an estimate and you come up with, say, okay, it needs about $18,000 worth of repairs. So your max cash offer in this example would be $52,000. Okay. You get that. So that's 70% times $100,000 equals $70,000. Okay. So 70,000 minus the $18,000 for the repairs is $52,000. Okay. That is the most you can pay for that house. That is your max cash offer. That is how we do wholesaling. That is how we make money on fix and flips. All right. Now, again, there's other techniques that I'm going to teach you. You're not going to be a one-trick pony, but if we're just talking about straight up fixing and flipping, this is the formula you need to know. Okay. So your number 2 win, that a successful flip starts with paying the right price. Okay. So you have to know your max cash offer. I gave you that. Write it down. You know it. Okay. All right. Pro secret number 3. Real estate investors are cash buyers. Okay. So I am crowning you. Okay. Put your crown on. Like I said, you're going to become royalty. I am crowning you. You are a cash buyer. All right. We are cash buyers, and it doesn't matter where you're getting the money from. We're a cash buyer. When we flip houses, when we do real estate investing, we use other people's money, whether it be hard money, whether it be private money, whether it be retirement accounts. And again, it doesn't have to be your retirement account. We have other people in our network that want to use they invest their retirement account, their 401ks, their IRAs. They stocks, bonds, mutual funds. We even have hedge funds. Okay. You will use other people's money. So when you go to do those deals, you are a cash buyer. All right. You're not going to use a traditional mortgage to fix and flip houses and do wholesaling and things like that. So you will use other people's money. And real estate investors, we partner. Okay. I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but we partner. All right. We do not do everything ourselves. That's why we have we're not in so much risk. So let me tell you about my first deal. Okay. So I partnered with my coach. I found the property. So I did the marketing because, like I said, I didn't have much money. I was broke. I was bankrupt in my parents' basement. I found the property. I put the signs out. We buy houses. I put the door hangers. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that I did. I found the property, and it didn't take me very long. Okay. He helped me with the numbers. Obviously, he was my coach. So he helped me with the numbers. He financed the deal. Okay. So he financed the deal, and then we did a fix and flip, and he gave me 30% of the deal, which came out to be $17,000. Okay. That's how much I made on my first fix and flip the correct way. All right. So that is not bad for about 2 hours worth of work. Am I right? Right. Okay. This. All right. This. And again, doing this does not take long. Like I said, you'll do most of your time with this, but it's not a lot of time. So your number 3 win, know that you will not use your own credit or money to make a big profit flipping houses. Okay. This is not about you using your credit. This is not about you spending a lot of money. I told you, this is what I did. So pro secret number 4. Just go get a deal. Okay. You will just go get a deal. Let's go make a deal. Just get out there. I told you online and offline things that you can do. It is deal time. Okay. It is deal time. You will never have enough money to buy real estate. You are not going to save $200,000, $400,000, $300,000. Okay. You already have enough money to invest in real estate because you don't need to have money to start. Okay. You just go get a deal. And once you get a deal, you will find someone that can finance it, that can partner with you seriously. It's an open market. And when I started investing in real estate, I did not have money. I did not have credit. Okay. It's an open market. You can start investing today and you can compete with other seasoned investors. Okay. Like I said, it's a level playing field. No one is calling the last person that when they were in foreclosure. They're not calling the last investor that they called when they were in foreclosure. Okay. These are usually like one-time life events. So whoever finds the person with the problem, they win. Okay. Whoever finds the person with the person with the problem first, you usually win unless that person can't close the deal. And so that's why you don't want to be a one-trick pony. One-trick ponies are not usually the winner. So if you only do wholesaling, for example, and you're probably not going to win. You're going to have to be able to do other things. And that's not difficult to be able to do, but you want to have multiple things. So let's talk about some low-cost marketing, like how you're going to find these people without spending a lot of money. Like I said, number 1, here's just some ideas. Okay. And I have even more, but Just want to go over some easy, inexpensive ones that I did. This is how I got my first deal, making $17,000 for 2 hours worth of work. Okay. Bandit signs. Bandit signs are those signs that you see. We buy houses. We buy ugly houses. You've seen them. Buy cash for homes. You've seen those little signs, and they call them bandit signs because most counties don't allow you to put them out. So you may have to put them out, go pick them back up, put them back out, things like that. But super easy. People call on them. I know you've been driving out of the Walmart and seen them. And you know why you've seen them? Because they work. Okay. A free website. You can get a free website. You do not have to pay any money to have a website. You literally can have your own website, and you just bought the domain for like $10, okay, to buy the domain. And then you make a free website where you give away articles and letters to people that want to sell their house without a real estate agent, or sell their house for cash, or we buy homes for cash. Those type of people and those type of websites, absolutely free. Okay. Craigslist. Like I said, Craigslist is absolutely free. Literally can talk to sellers directly, talk to landlords directly, and negotiate and talk with them and get their properties. They'll sell the property directly to you. You can wholesale those deals. So much you can do with Craigslist, absolutely free. Social media. I love social media. It is absolutely free. You can make your own account. Instead of posting what you ate for lunch or what you're going, a restaurant, or you at the club, you can post, hey, I'm looking for people that are behind on their mortgage payment, or hey, I'm looking for people that, someone died and their house is in probate. And you just start saying what you're looking for. And literally people on social media will hit you up and DM you with deals. I get deals every single day. And this was before I was Noelle Randall YouTube star. Okay. So Craigslist, social media, still love them. Driving for dollars, obviously getting in your car, you see a property, putting a door hanger, putting your business card right in there. Door knocking, when you see a house that has a tarp on the roof, for example, you knock on the door, you hand them your card. I'm buying houses in this neighborhood, handing out cash offers, you hand them a card. Super easy. You will get deals. Door hangers, literally used to push my kids in the stroller and put door hangers, and it would just say, we are buying homes in your neighborhood, call for a free cash offer. And that's it. Have a website or a phone number. And those door hangers work. I put 100 of them out. I got 25, 30 calls. Okay. And got 10 deals out of that. All right. Made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I said, one deal could be worth $17,000 to you. Even if you wholesale it at a small fee of $5,000, you're making a lot of money here. Okay. So, and again, you can do this with a full-time job. I told you, you can do this with a full-time job while working a full-time job. You can do this in the evening. All right. Business cards. Literally, your business card is not just some stupid business card with your face on it. It's saying what you do. I buy houses for cash. Call this number, or call this for a cash offer. And that's really all the card needs to say. It doesn't even have to have your name and your picture on it. All right. It's all about, you give cash offers for home. You buy ugly houses. You buy dilapidated houses. You buy any house, that type of thing. Fast, any condition, cash offers, that type of thing. Okay. Bird dogs. Bird dogs are people that you teach to go find properties for you, but they don't have to put the property under contract. They literally, I have people that do this all the time. They put me in 3-way messages. Okay. Where they just like group chats, like, hey, I just want to introduce you to Noelle. She buys home for cash. And they put me in they just do an introduction. And so you can just teach people, literally your cousins, your aunts, your sisters, teach people in your family to be a bird dog for you and bring you deals. And then you pay them when you get the deal. All of my family knows. And so many of my family members have gotten money from bringing me deals. Okay. I give them $500, $1,000 for every single deal. They do this for me. They post on their social media, the whole 9. Okay. And this is when I was in my parents' basement. So you can't be afraid to tell people, but it's super easy to do. And then of course there's real estate investor meetings. Okay. Like the RIA, for example, like I have the Florida Real Estate Investor Association. That's FLREIA.org. And you can join that for $99 per year. We have classes every single month. We have a network. You can bring deals to us, but there's real estate investor associations probably in every state. You don't have to live in Florida to actually join the Florida Real Estate Investor Association, but just know that you can join that. And again, or you can even come to some of our classes. A lot of them are free, or they're only like $10 to join. So you can go to the Florida Real Estate Investor Association right now. And I probably have a class coming up. And again, my classes are super amazing. And again, they're not on any social media, so I can really go there. Okay. So that's FLREIA.org, Florida Real Estate Investor Association. We're also on Meetup. You can go to Meetup. You can go to Eventbrite. You can find real estate investor associations. And again, in any state, whether you're in Michigan, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Kansas, California, no matter where you are, there are RIAs. Okay. We call them RIAs, Real Estate Investor Association. So join them. It's low cost. You can go to those meetings in many cases for free, and people have deals. They're teaching you how to get deals. There's investors there. There's motivated sellers, the whole 9. It's amazing. And so this is how I went from 0 to 𝗍. Okay. And this is how you can too. Just go make an offer. Okay. Go make an offer. Know that. Just remember though, you're a cash buyer. You already know the formula, so you don't have to feel like, oh, I don't know how much I should spend. You know what the offer. And once you find a deal, you can partner. You can take the deal to an investor, or you can partner with someone, okay? And you can wholesale the contract. Literally, you can make $5,000 off one deal just by doing this, all right? So you can wholesale the contract, and you can do this really easy. I'll tell you that in a second. But pro secret number 5 is that real estate investors, we work to our skill and we partner to our weakness. Okay. So you're not going to do the things that you can't do. So if you have no money and bad credit like me, you're going to assign those contracts. You know the formula. You say you're a cash buyer. You put the signs out and you assign the contract for a fee. Literally, I was able to assign contracts for at least $5,000. This was wholesale, and this is how I did it. And all you have to do is when you put, as the buyer, you put your name and or assigns. That's it. That is it. That legally allows you to assign that contract. So then you're able to partner with other people and you can assign that contract and you don't have to risk losing any money, and it didn't cost you anything to do it. All right. So partnering, you're going to partner with people. Like I said, I know over 100 real estate investors, and you can too. You can join closed Facebook groups. You can join the REIA. I highly recommend you join the Florida REIA. That's FLREIA.org. Okay. Join that REIA. That's my REIA for Florida, for all of Florida, because you don't have to live in Florida to invest in Florida real estate. I invested in Florida real estate before I lived here. Okay. You will find different groups on Meetup. We're on Meetup, and you will write your contracts though with a $10 option fee. This is so important. This is how you could only risk losing $10. Okay. So when I would write the contracts with a person, and I would have to shop the deal, I would have to bring it to my coach or to my investment partners at REIAs, I would be able to terminate the contract with an option fee. Okay. So you say, I have the option to terminate this contract with a $10 option fee. And so that means you just have to pay the seller $10 if you terminate the contract. But that's what it does, is it gives you time to go shop that contract. Okay. And actually go wholesale the deal and wholesale the contract to an investor that can close on it and get $5,000. And so $10,000, whatever. Like I said, I literally paid, I think I paid up to $26,000. My own self have paid $26,000 to a wholesaler. And so this is a business, like once you may start wholesaling, but you could easily grow to fixing and flipping and then to rental properties like Noelle did. So it gives you time to go shop the deal, but you need to be aware of unscrupulous investors. Like I said, some people are not as cool as me. And once you tell them the address or the seller's name, they will steal your deal. So you got to be really careful. This is why I tell you to join the REIA, like the Florida REIA, because we have a code of conduct and we don't allow our members to do that. So anyway, here's what you need to know. New plus new is a no. So if you have time but no money, you're going to go knocking for a free deal. If you have money but no time, you're going to partner with a seasoned investor, someone like Noelle. But if you are a newbie investor with time and you find this other newbie investor that has some money, that is a disaster. Okay. New plus new is no. All right. Seasoned investors are easy to find. Okay. Real estate investors are cash buyers. You can even call bandit signs to find seasoned investors, but you got to start being a problem seeker. Okay. So you're going to find problems, but you're not going to get to decide what problems people have. For every problem, there's a solution. And for some problems, they will require multiple solutions. Okay. Not every problem is just, okay, I'm going to give the solution. I'm just going to fix and flip this one. Sometimes you may have to do something first before you do another thing. But let me be clear. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Okay. So the bigger the issues where I've had hoarder houses or, the roof is falling in, I've usually made even more money. So I need you to know, don't be side-eyeing Noelle. You got to know that problems are good. Okay. I need no side eye. Don't side eye me and talk about what you're talking about. Problems are good. But here's what happens. Most investors, they just don't know how to find deals. They spend way too much time trying. They look in the wrong places and they say the wrong things. They start telling the seller, oh, I found your name in public records and, just saying crazy stuff that they should not say. So you have to be careful and not do those things. So, oh my gosh, we have covered a lot today. I know I told you I was talking fast and I was giving you a lot of great information. You may have to watch this again, but my students love the idea of investing in real estate, but they just don't know how to get the properties, even though I just told you how to market and they're just like, so I decided to offer something pretty cool just for this group. Okay. I'm going to have to take this down because it's not something that I'm going to be able to do. So, we can go further. You understand how to start a successful flip, but now what? Okay. You know some of the things and you know a lot of what to do, but it's like, okay, now it's time to take action because here's some things that you don't know. Here's what you really need to know in order to successfully do this. You're going to need a complete marketing strategy. Okay. I gave you a lot of different things that you could do, but you need to know your marketing strategy, what's going to work in your area and which target niche you should be going for. You need to know about making offers. Like I said, so many people will get people on the phone and ruin the deal because they don't know what to say and they don't know what not to say. Converting sellers quickly, like this is not something that can take a long time. You can't be working a seller for a month and 2 months. Okay. In many cases, they have some dire situation. You have to be able to close the deal quickly. You need to get to the funding. You need those transactional letters. You need proof of funds. You need to be able to complete the contracts, okay, legally so that you don't get into hot water. All right. You need to know about project budgets. So you're not at Home Depot and Lowe's trying to fix and flip a house and spending retail money on something that you should be using, paying wholesale prices for and not spending a lot to get a lot of value and make a lot of money. You need to know about hiring and managing contractors. That can really kill your entire real estate business if you hire the wrong contractors or if you don't get the right contract signed and they run off and different things like that. And more importantly, you need to be able to create a business entity. Okay. This is a real estate business. This is not about just flipping a house or doing one deal. You want to create a business entity that can get funding, that can get business lines of credit, that can get American Expresses, like that can do all of those things. This is what you really need to know. And it was just too much for me to go into on today's class. And then of course, once you have the business entity, you want to be able to finance the properties and these deals in your business's name, not use your social security number. Okay. You want to be able to use business credit. So imagine knowing how to obtain the perfect portfolio of properties to flip, like being able to analyze deals like a pro, whether it be a single family home or a condo or an apartment building or a hotel, so that you can create efficient projects, so that you have a system for setting up successful businesses. Because once you set up a business and you get business credit, you can do this again and again and again. You can create entities and you can have millions of dollars of business credit the way that Noelle does with multiple entities. You don't have to do this to one entity. That's why how you can legally have multiple credit profiles is by having multiple businesses and advanced techniques for maximizing profits. Okay. You don't want to take $5,000 when you could have gotten $15,000. Okay. So I created a simple solution. Like I said, this is not going to be something that I can keep up here for very long. So, because it's going to sell out really quickly. So this is a virtual boot camp that you can do directly from your home. It is going to be 3 full days. Okay. 3 full days. Imagine what I was able to teach you here in this 1 hour. If you give me 3 days where we can just break up and I can have some one-on-one time and we can break you out into different rooms and you can do this directly from your home. And it's going to be over a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You will see that. The dates, okay, you see that, all right? So it is the Grow Your Wealth Investor Boot Camp. Okay. So it's a full learning experience. You're going to come and it's going to be the real estate investing workshop. Like I said, it is 3 full days. It is valued at $997. You're also going to receive an investor starter backpack. You're literally going to receive a backpack. We're going to mail this to you, a backpack of items and things that you need with a workbook. Okay. A full training workbook with the contracts. Literally, we're going to mail that to you. Okay. You're going to get that or you'll be able to download it, but we're going to give that to you. You're going to have access to funding through our strategic partners. Okay. So if you come to this, now you're in our network, you really will have funding partners that we can help you get deals. Okay. Then you're going to have 12 months of customer support, literally a whole year of customer support. So if you're coming to this event, you need some customer support, how to log in, how the technology works, all of these different things, you will have that customer support for 12 months. And of course, we're going to let you bring a guest. Okay. So you have a free guest that you can bring that can use your login. And the total value for all of this is $4,582, okay, for a full learning experience. So you can do all of these things. Plus, like I said, because I didn't have time to get into today, if you give me 3 full days, I'll be able to give you some business credit secrets where I can teach you on business credit. We can go into depth about how to create a business that's fundable, how to get those trade lines, how to get trade lines really easily, discover how to find the best deals. I'm going to give you creative ways to fund any deal that you find. Okay. Like I said, when I say go get a deal, we're going to have a place for you to bring that deal so you can master the art of fixing for a profit. This is not some TV show. We actually actually make money with this. And in many cases, you can flip 1 or 2 houses a year and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not something you have to spend your life doing, so you can have a life of leisure, but the full strategies will be provided. Obviously, this is not going to be on social media. This is going to be on a private server. So when you come to this class, this 3-day training, this 3-day boot camp, we'll even have live Q&A sessions. Okay. You will literally have a live Q&A session with me. I'm answering questions. So it is like the last chance where you can have a full way to learn real estate the right way. Okay. And it's at growyourwealthevent.com. Okay. Plus today only. And again, this is just today. I'm not going to be able to run this. If you're watching this right now, today, while you're watching this, and we know when you watch this, you will have this 100% risk-free guarantee. Literally, we are going to give you a tuition reimbursement certificate. So if you come to this 3-day training, okay, and you invest in yourself and do this, if you bring a deal, because like I said, this was about your success, you bring me a deal within 6 months of coming, I will give you all your money back that you paid for the boot camp. Okay, you will get that all back, and you will get this in writing, literally in writing. This is a tuition reimbursement certificate. Is right here on the screen. You're actually going to get this in writing. You can download this as soon as you buy your ticket. Okay, so how many of you are hands-on like me, and you kind of just need to see things laid out? Like, it was one thing for me on this microphone, but you would love where I'm standing up, I'm writing, you can interact with me, you can talk with me. That is what this is. This is a hands-on learning experience. You literally get to come to the real estate investing workshop valued at $997. You get the investor starter backpack valued at $297. You get a full training workbook with contracts, okay, valued at $297. You get access to funding through strategic partners valued at $997. You get 12 months of customer support for the event. So if you have any trouble logging in, we will give you that customer support. That's valued at $997. And then you have a free guest that you can bring. Okay. That is valued at, again, $997 for a full value of $4,582. Okay. So today only, you can get a general admission ticket for just $97 with all of these things. Okay. The time is now, and this is today only. Okay. I'm not going to be able to leave this up here. Today only $97. Okay. We're almost sold out. So bonus number 1 though, because we're going to get this sold out in like no time. Okay. And we're just going to fill it up, and then we're going to be done. So you're going to actually get, for the first bonus, for anyone who does it today, again, today, you're watching this today, when you're watching this. And I know when you watch this, if you do it today within, right now, you will get this journal. Okay. This 100-day manifest journal. So it's a manifest journal that I've created. I had a similar journal, and I've made it kind of my own by adding some things to it, where you journal in the morning and in the evening. Okay. And you're able to achieve your number 1 goal in 100 days because it counts down from 100 all the way down to 0. You see this? And you journal in the morning, and you do some very specific things like, your positive affirmations, you'll do your stretching, you do your meditation, your visualization, your gratitude, your journaling, and it helps you with that. And it just quickly, and again, it's super quick, takes you like 5 minutes in the morning and then 5 minutes in the evening, but it has some psychological triggers to it where each day you're counting down to this thing happening. And it's like, it tricks your subconscious. I can really get into that, but not right now, on why this works, and why I've been using this, why my team uses this, and we've been able to achieve awesome things. I use this journal. I created this. This is just launched. Okay. And you get this absolutely free. If you do this and you get your $97 ticket today, this journal is already valued at $47. Okay. So you'll get that absolutely free. And this journal has some amazing tips. It has some positive quotes, has affirmations, teaches you how to be grateful. You write down what you're grateful for. And it really does. It gets inside of your subconscious. It has an area for notes. It gives you some great prompting, so you know exactly how to write, and it gives you a countdown, and you look back on it, and it is so amazing that you can accomplish your number 1 goal in just 100 days. Okay. And you will get that today. growyourwealthevent.com. Get your ticket to this event, only $97, and you get this bonus for the next 24 hours. Okay. Then today only, not only will you get the manifest journal, you will also get all of my best-selling books. Like I said, I have 4 best-selling books. And the first one that everyone absolutely loves is Real Estate Millionaire Secrets. It is amazing. This was how I got out of my parents' basement. It talks about how to invest in real estate with no money, not using your credit. This is what I did. And then the second book is the Millionaire Business Secrets. This talks about how to get business credit and buy things in your business's name and build your business credit profile, and even how to fix your bad personal credit using business credit. Okay. So basically a business can change your life and you can have your own business. You can be an entrepreneur. This book will teach you all of that. And again, you will get that for free if you get your tickets today. Then we have B&B Millionaire Secrets. This is how I went from making hundreds of thousands of dollars with my real estate to making millions by renting them out on a nightly basis. And again, you can even do this with properties you do not own. Okay. This book teaches you how to become a host, how to host for other people, how to do property management and hospitality. It has checklists in it. It has, the list of everything that you need for the properties. All of that is inside this book. There's charts, there's templates, there's scripts for what you say to the guests. Everything is in that book. And then last but not least, this is my dudes love this, like 𝗏 Millionaire Secrets. It's like how to use cars. Okay. So how I can have the Range Rover and the Porsches and the Lamborghinis and make tons of money and drive my dream car for free is renting it out maybe 1 and 2 days per month. Okay. To qualify people, they pay me all types of money. They hardly put any miles on it. Many people just take pictures with the car or use them for weddings. Like so much that you can do with 𝗏. You can use cheap cars like Nissans and Toyotas and Kias, or you can even do high-end cars and grow like Range Rovers and Porsches and Teslas. So much. I absolutely love Teslas. That's an amazing thing. But you get all 4 of these books absolutely free if you get your ticket right now to �groWyourWealthEvent.com. Okay. �groWyourWealthEvent.com. It's only $97. Bonus number 1, you're going to get that manifest journal. Bonus number 2, you're going to get all 4 of my books. Okay. And then last but not least, while supplies last, you will literally get this shirt. Okay. Because you are growing your wealth. And this is all of the Grow Your Wealth event, how you're basically going to transform your financial picture in just a weekend. You're going to take 3 days. You're going to come to this boot camp with me. And then over the 3 days, I'm going to teach you how to systematically change not just your mindset, but change your wealth, grow your wealth, how you can start getting assets that make you money, how you don't have to use your own credit, how you can get business credit, how you can have bad credit and fix your bad credit with business credit. But you have to know more than anything that you are worthy of this. Okay. So one of the things that stops us, not only is it fear, but it's also not believing in ourselves and not thinking that we deserve to be rich, that we deserve to be wealthy. So this shirt, I just took a picture and just see it right here. I am worthy, because that is going to be one of your affirmations that you're going to put in this journal. And again, you got the ticket, you're going to get this journal. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. That's something that I tell myself all the time. Besides telling myself I am enough. You know what I mean? You don't have to rely on other people to make money. You don't have to rely on people for a job. You do not have to rely on people to help you. You can do these things yourself. Okay. You can find the right people using just your mind, start to come to classes and get around other like-minded people, and then you're connected. But you have to know that you are worthy, and you are. So you get these shirts. The supplies are limited. I have all different sizes, all different for men and for women. This is not just for women. Most of my students are men right now. So you get this shirt because you need to know too that you're worthy. Okay. And if somebody is telling you that you're not worthy, you're with the wrong people. Okay. Because you are worthy. And I believe in you. So you get this shirt. All right. Absolutely free. That is bonus number 3. I need you to get this right now. Supplies are selling out. Like I said, I already see people getting their tickets. The real estate investing workshop, like I said, valued 3 days, 3 full days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. You see the dates, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. All 3 days. And the Saturday is the longest day. All right. We really get into it. It's a real estate investing workshop. It's the boot camp. $997 is what it's valued at. You get the investor starter backpack, literally a backpack that we are going to mail to you with things in it, okay, to get you started. All right. A full training workbook with contracts. Yes, with contracts in the workbook. All right. Valued at $297. You're going to get access to funding through our strategic partners. That's valued at $997. You're going to get 12 months of customer support valued at $997. And you're going to be able to have a guest with you at the class. That is valued at $997 for a total value of $4,582. And again, today only $97 for all of those things, plus the 3 bonuses. You're going to get this t-shirt, I am worthy, in your size, not just my size, in your size. You're going to get this journal. It's going to help you get the right mindset, help you get healthy, help you get on the right track, start changing your subconscious mind and reprogramming yourself for wealth, and so that you can manifest your number 1 goal in 100 days. Okay. I absolutely love this journal. This journal is getting rave reviews. This is life-changing. And then because readers are leaders, okay? Leaders are readers, okay? You're going to become a reader. You're going to get these 4 books. You're going to read all 4 of them. They're easy. They're simple. They have graphs, templates, checklists. They have what you need for you to start at least one of these businesses successfully. Even if you only read one of them, even if you only just read this Millionaire Business Secrets, that would change your life. Trust me, because the business credit and using business credit and business funding for your business, I wish I'd known that in 2014 when I got started. I didn't really start with business credit until like 2017, 2018, when I really took it to the next level. And I was able to get like $1 million in business credit in a year. Okay. So it is amazing. Again, without my social security number, and I'm able to protect my own credit. So only $97, Grow Your Wealth event. Spots are limited. You need to go there right now. I've taught you so much in this class. I'm so happy that you stayed until the end. I see some great questions. I'm going to answer just a couple of questions. Like I said, this is live stream, so I'm just going to take a couple of questions, but you need to go to growyourwealthevent.com right now. Growyourwealthevent.com right now. You can upgrade to VIP or platinum, but the general tickets, any of those tickets, you get all of these prizes. Okay. Sorry, all of these bonuses. All right. So let me answer some questions. Okay. So all right. So one of the questions, yes. Okay. Actually, I just said that. So one of the questions was, do you get it? They went to growyourwealthevent.com. I see some of you have already gone there, and it says that they see, do they get all of the bonuses even if they upgrade to VIP or platinum? Yes. So $97 is your general admission. You will still get all 3 bonuses, but if you do VIP or platinum, then you also get those bonuses. Okay. And again, the shirts are while supplies last. I have a few hundred of them, and so it's while supplies last. But of course, the other 2 bonuses, the manifest journal and the books, everybody will definitely get. Most people will get the shirts, but you need to move fast if you want these shirts, because again, I want you to know that you are worthy. It is so important that we say positive things to ourselves and we believe in ourselves. Okay. All right. Another question. So the dates. Okay. You see the dates there. Yep. Okay. So it's a Saturday, a Sunday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Yep. And you see it right there on the website. You see the time. So it's Friday in the evening, it's Saturday all day, and it is Sunday. You see that. Okay. So you're at growyourwealthevent.com. You see the dates. Again, this is virtual from your computer. No, you do not have to fly anywhere. The VIP, there was some super VIP tickets that were $10,000. Those are for the people that will be actually in the audience. Those are completely sold out. So you're basically going to be able to see the live stream of an event that people are actually at, but this will be, because you're on your computer, it will be very interactive. You can ask your questions. The Q&A session is with you at home. You can even be able to submit your questions before the event. During the event, you can ask questions. It is super interactive. We want you to leave the 3-day weekend, this boot camp. I want you to leave the Grow Your Wealth event knowing what to do next. Okay. This is not an event where we're just selling you things or trying to offer you things. It is really a boot camp where you can learn to do each and any business that you want to and get business credit and business funding to fund it. Okay. Okay. All right. So another question. Where is your first deal, Noelle? Okay. So, all right. This is kind of a personal question. So my first deals, like I said, I started investing in Atlanta, Georgia. That was in 2002, 2003. I was in my early 20s. I actually started doing well because the market was just going up and up. You know, this was before the bubble. You could just buy a property and the next week it was worth more money. So I had no idea what I was doing. So when the market crashed in 2007, 2008, and I lost everything, I ended up having to go back to my parents' basement in Connecticut. And I was living in Bloomfield, Connecticut, living in their basement. I moved in pregnant with my 3rd child, had 2 little kids and my 3rd kid. And my dad told me he really wanted me to go back to college because I didn't have a college degree. So that's why I went to the University of Connecticut, and they let me live there rent free. So it felt like it was a good, trade for me. But then at the same time, I did not want to just be a loser in real estate. So I started sneaking off to different classes. I had heard, different ones on the radio station. I had went to some RIA meetings, things that I literally told you today and taught you in this class. I did. And that's why I tell you to do it. So I did. And that's how I ended up learning about wholesaling and how to find properties for pennies on the dollar and how to target people in foreclosure. And that was really what I did in the beginning because I had been through foreclosure and I had lost my house in Atlanta. And when I was in Bloomfield, Connecticut, I was able to share my experience and tell people like, hey, don't actually actually go into foreclosure. Don't let the bank just take the house back. I'm tied to a network of investors and we can buy the house from you. And so then my coach, I would give those deals to my coaches. And that's how I got those deals. And we fix and flip some of them. We wholesale some of them. He turned some of them into rental properties. I mean, he partnered with the seller in some cases and did equity partner where, you know, he would put his name on the deed and then he would do the renovation and then they would sell the house for a profit. And then him and the seller would split the profit. And then he would give me a cut. Like so many different things that I learned how to do real estate the correct way from my parents' basement. Okay. And this was before I knew anything about the business credit and how to like buy the houses without using any of my money or my own personal credit. So I'll definitely teach you a lot of that stuff at the Grow Your Wealth event. You'll be able to ask more questions. You can get to do those things. So you really need to get your tickets to the Grow Your Wealth event. Like I said, I see tickets are selling out, especially those general admissions. That's probably going to be sold out today. I can see that being sold out in the next 24 hours. So if you want these bonuses, you want to come, you need to come. All right, I'm going to take one more question. Okay, so this person says, I have a barbershop business and I want to do real estate. And a lot of my clients come in and have properties. What can I do with that? So obviously, if you're an entrepreneur already, real estate is definitely for you. You already have that spirit to be an entrepreneur and not to work for other people. So you totally could be a successful real estate investor. I found so many entrepreneurs have end up having their successful business and turn to real estate. And it's always this cash flow that's coming in. So even if the barbershop is not making money every single month, well, guess what is? Your real estate properties are. You can sell them off. You can put them on Airbnb, vacation rental by owner, booking.com. You can leverage them. You can refinance them. There's just so many things that you can do with a portfolio of rental properties. And most people think that having one or two rental properties is best, but the more properties you have, the more stable you are. You know what I mean? Because say I have one rental property or two rental properties and one of the tenants stop paying, or, you know, God forbid, that does happen. Well, if you have two properties, then it means you only have one property. But if I have 10 and one of the tenants stop paying, I still have 9 other properties where they are paying. So it's really like something that you want to do, but you don't want to just do one deal. You want to have multiple things going on in real estate. And that's why I'm saying stuff that I'm going to teach you about the business credit and the marketing is so important, because you can just make millions of dollars and have all of these different streams coming in. And then if you have a heart to teach like Noelle, it is another stream of income. You literally can start your own YouTube channel. You can start a TikTok. You can write books, for example. You know what I mean? You can write books and sell them. You can teach classes. You can speaking. I get more speaking engagements than I'm even able to do teaching on real estate. Before I even got on YouTube, I was taking people on tours of my fix and flips in Dallas. We would do little bus tours and I would show them my fix and flips. I would show them what I was doing, and people would pay $500 just to see them, just to see, ask questions about, well, what contractor did you use? How much did you pay for this? And, and I would just do that. And it started with just women, but it has grown to so many. I'm like international Noelle. I have clients in Canada. I have athletes, celebrities, stars now that reach out to me. Even athletes that just got signed and they get $1 million contract. They're like, here's Noelle, here's $100,000. Go build me a portfolio. And in many cases, depending on what area they are in, I'll give those to my students to help them build that portfolio. And then we just split it. So many opportunities have grown just from me learning real estate. So I really encourage you to come to the Grow Your Wealth event, learn this, even if you're a barber, even if you're a landscaper, even if you are a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, so many nurses, so many teachers. I've helped so many nurses and teachers because that's a passion, especially teachers where they love and enjoy what they do, but it doesn't pay them what they want it to pay. And so guess what? Well, what if you had 10 rental properties? Then you can teach special needs kids all you want to. You know what I mean? I have such a heart for special needs teachers. So because I have a special needs son, but long story short, come to the Grow Your Wealth event. I cannot wait to see you guys there. This is so important. It is almost sold out. This is the last one. I'm not going to be able to offer this again and again. This is Noelle. This is to your success. Bye.